Colossally. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I'm by myself. So, we're gonna watch a bit of SoftWhite Underbelly. And hopefully you've read what's on the screen. Some guy with piercings, yo.
Meet me after slashing your wrist, or at the end if you so insist. I'm the system when told to cease and desist with this blasphemous shit.
Shout out, man. Like, Cass is dead, bro. Right. SoftWhite Underbelly. I'm sure you've heard of them. Home of the Whitakers. Some of the realest real life footage you'll see. But this guy, woo. Seeing as it's Valentine's, I thought we would watch a little bit of foot fetish and see if we can understand what's going on, bro. Yeah.
It's just, you know, a normal guy might look at breasts or ass or whatever like that. Me, I look at feet. I can't help it. It just happens, okay? It's kind of like how I could think of homosexuals. I don't think gay people choose to be gay. I just think it's something in them that says, hey, I'm attracted to this guy. Same thing with...
Why did they go to gay people? Why did he do that? He could have just said anybody. Why did he actually specify gay people? So he's saying what I do is a bit freaky, but gay people are a bit freaky. They can't help themselves, so I'm just like that. America, man, stop it. Being gay is not a choice. Unless you've been in prison a hot minute.
The feet. I can't help it. The first thing I looked at on Elle, okay, she's wearing cute white gym shoes or whatever. I could tell you details of her gym shoes, but I can't tell you what she looked like. Okay? That's just the way my mind works.
You're focused on the feet.
Yeah, I can't help it. It's just what turns me on. I'd be watching the Brady Bunch in the early 70s, and, you know, of course, there was Marsha, Jan, and Cindy. Marsha was the hottest one to me. And, of course, she'd come on, and I'd be looking at these, you know, thick black clogs she has on. I like shoes, too. Shoes are like lingerie for the feet, if you think of it that way. But anyway, I'd be staring at her shoes the whole time. You know what I mean? In fact, I thought everybody was staring at a girl's shoes. Like, I didn't think I was different. I just thought, oh, this is what I'm looking at. This is what every guy looks at. And then in about 4th, 5th grade, guys are talking, and they're like, tits and ass and tits and ass. Like, what are tits and ass? That's what you're looking at? Oh, and I didn't say anything, but I was like, that's weird. I'm not looking anywhere near there. You know? Like, guys got obsessed with breasts in their teen years. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't give a shit, you know?
And there's clubs for this and stuff like that?
Foot fetish clubs? Well, not as a kid, but yeah. And that actually started more or less when I owned the fetish club in New York. See, the fetish club in New York was an interesting thing. I was in New York, I was unemployed, and I called a lot of hookers to take care of myself, you know. And I'd call hookers to do foot stuff. I would not fuck these hookers. I would just do foot stuff with them. Anyway, I'm an accountant, and I kind of became the tax accountant to the mid-range hookers of New York. I did. One girl was at a party, it was a bachelor party, and she was crying about her taxes. I'm like, taxes? You have tax problems? What the fuck? Here's my card, call me. Well, the next day, she showed up with not a box, but a crate of receipts, like this big, in my office, and she said, okay, I need to do my taxes. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, I had never done a tax return. I'm a different kind of accountant. I'm a controller accountant, not a tax accountant, but anyway, I sent her away, told her to come back in an hour. I went out and bought TurboTax. I learned how to use it. I learned how to do a tax return, right? And when the time came, she's like, all right, what do I owe you? And I said, oh, I don't know, $500 an hour. So 3 hours, $1,500. That seems kind of high. I said, you charge $600 an hour for your services. Don't you think I'm worth $5? She's like, yeah, okay. Within a week, I had 3. Within a month, I had 20. All these hookers doing their taxes, okay? And it's interesting, because when you're a tax accountant for these girls, they look at you in a position of trust, kind of a daddy figure almost, you know. So I had all these girls, you know, I had all the women I wanted, which was good, but these girls are full
It's a man a pimp, man's a plimp. Yes, I'm laughing at my own dad joke. I thought that was good, bro. Man's a plimp. Got 20 women out here. Got a harem of girls, bro.
of drama. Trust me, it's something, boyfriend beats him up, whatever the hell it is. They call me at 3 in the morning looking for help. And it was the last thing. I wanted to get out of this thing. But anyway, they sent me to this fetish club to go do the books, you know, check it out. So as I'm doing the books at this place, I'm like, wow, these guys are paying $200 an hour to rub these girls' feet, and there's no illegal activity. This is a money machine. We are making money. So I ended up buying half of that foot fetish club after doing the books, and owned it for 2 years and had the best. I mean, Details magazine. I could show you the article on my phone. They wrote an article about our club, and I'm in it, and kind of portrays me as a Broadway Joe Namath kind of character. I was living in Europe, and I would fly into New York every 2 weeks just to check on my club. Rovin flies in from overseas, his limo. Out of his limo comes 6 girls, 3 on each arm, you know, leading him up to his throne in the foot worship house, all this crazy shit. I was living like a king, you know, it was crazy. So that's how I got into the foot.
I hope you're watching. Looks like we're seeing the end result of Andrew Tate's, bro. Bro. What happened to the shoulders, bro? I guess kickboxing was a hot minute ago.
Fetish club, and I owned it for 2 years until the other owner started recruiting underage girls. Oh, and also hard drugs. Like, you know, you could have weed, you could have soft drugs, and the cops wouldn't bother you. But if you were doing ecstasy, ecstasy is the best drug for a foot fetish party. You get somebody ahead of ecstasy, they are going to spend money. They're going to feel close to every girl there. Because the way the parties work is you pay to.
It was like, nah, shouldn't do drugs, okay? Drugs bad, okay? Except ecstasy. Can't lie though. Music, man. Ecstasy's wicked music, bro. You feel that bass. Like I've never taken pills to go out. I think I probably have, but that was never a thing. Like I only ever took pills to create, bro. That bass. Yeah. So I could imagine it must make some feet look alluring.
Get in, like $50, $60. And then each girl there, you pay $20 for 10 minutes of foot worship. So you can go up to 6 girls in an hour. You do 10 minutes with each one, cost you $120, and you had 6 girls. Or you can spend an hour with one. It's up to you. So that's the way those parties would work. And they made money, bro. We made a lot of money doing that. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. But anyway, once the hard drugs and the underage girls started getting involved, I said, I'm
not saying it no more. Nah, bro. I'm going back to bruv. Nah, bruv. What the fuck?
Can't be part of this. This is fucked up. This is going to lead to trouble. And that's when I got out.
What is it about feet? I mean, is it a sexual thing?
Yeah, very much.
So you're playing with their toes,
Yeah, getting off on it.
and the girl doesn't.
I mean, to be fair, right? As a guy, I hope I'm not the only one that thinks like this, right? But growing up, I've always had an obsession with boobies, but I've never understood why. Like, even as you, I used to be like, it's just. But if you don't have any, it's like, I need boobies. It's weird. But when you have that, you realize they're just lumps of fat. So when you think of it like that, booby, foot, kneecap, does it really make a difference? Obviously, it's not a squishy. It's gonna be a bony grope. But realistically, once you've left the input areas, in theory, it's kind of all the same, bruv. So I guess it's not so weird. It just looks weird, especially if you're saying he's not even banging the girls. It's just the feet. Then it's like, why? You know, like the feet's meant to get you up to the pum. Same as the booby. It's meant to get you down to the pum. I don't know.
Really perceive it as sex, and you're just playing with her feet.
Eh, usually you're sitting there jerking off.
Bro, don't talk like that. Even he said it. Nah, not the way I'm behaving, bro. No. Yo, that sounded like a rapist question. Is it really rape, though? I'm not touching her.
While you're playing with their feet, so you know what I mean. That's why these clubs, these parties, have a lot of dark corners in them, and you know, I mean, they're basically swingers parties without the swinging.
Is it a common fetish?
Foot fetish, about 11% of the world.
11%.
That's what the book says, Masters and Johnson.
Wow.
So you know,
Why is that?
I feel
black and white-
validated. I told you,
Why is that black and white filter made them look dirtier? Am I tripping? Like it looks grubby now. Not that he, but you get what I'm saying.
Tarantino is what did it for us. Okay, if you ever watch his movies, there are foot scenes in every one of them. So for anybody who has a foot fetish, who watches his movies, oh, it's like a gay person can tell another gay person. Trust me, a foot fetish guy can tell another foot fetish guy. And it's obvious. And of course, he's come out and admitted it since. So he really brought it to the mainstream. And I'd say that 11% is going to grow to 20% as more people feel comfortable admitting it and get involved in it.
Yeah, a lot of the girls that work as prostitutes that I interview will tell me that they've got a regular who
Yeah, sure. And actually, there's something called the light sex industry. You have the sex industry, which are hookers. The light sex industry are basically hand job, blow job girls. They won't fuck you, but you can play with their feet. They'll give you a hand job, maybe a blow job, whatever it is. Now, these girls lead a different lifestyle than full service girls. Their customers are generally nicer, less insane, less volatile, less dangerous. So a lot of girls who wouldn't dream of hooking, they're college girls at NYU or something like that, they will dream of letting some guy massage their feet for $200 an hour. You know, they come by once a week and they have 3 different guys who do it, and this is how they do it, you know? So it is.
That felt like such an unnecessary scene, but I'm guessing the camera footage cut out for a while, so they just used a picture of him. I can only imagine that's what happened there. That wasn't by design, surely.
There's not as much of a stigma to the light sex industry. And I would say dominatrices fall into that too. Because, you know, a dominatrix, it is and it isn't sexual. It's both, you know, it's kind of a complex melange of things going on there. But, you know, I've been naked more times in front of a dominatrix, and I've gotten off with dominatrices, even ones that say they don't do that, you know. They all say they don't do the sexual shit because they don't want to come across as a slut or whatever. Plus, I don't like dominatrices. Dominatrices do a lot of footwork, but the problem with the dominatrix is, well, they're a dominatrix, okay? Their attitude, they're really headstrong. You try to tell them they're wrong about.
Bro, I was joking about Tate before, but he sounded more like Tate. Oh, Jesus Christ. His perception of women is zero. Zero. The way he keeps talking about them. He's the one fucking feet and he's calling her a slut. But he's sounding more and more like Tate. These women, attitude, thinking above the station. Chill out, bro. He must hate OnlyFans then.
something, they go off, and you can never be right with a dominatrix. It permeates their regular personality. It's not just an act, a lot of these girls.
If it permeates their regular personality, what do you think you do, bruv? Looking at everyone's feet. They're doing it for money. Just self-reporting. Man's just self-reporting. As the more he talks, the more he's disgusting me. Like, originally, just the thought of it is like, cool, you do what the fuck you want. But the more he's talking, it's like, he doesn't see women legitimately, bro.
Angry.
Yeah, and they really just become unpleasant, you know? And then you get into the whole spanking thing, which I'm not into, or other violence and things like tied up and rope and shit like that. That doesn't do anything for me. Or being a slave. Even though my activities are submissive, you can't argue. There's nothing more submissive than getting kicked in the balls, right? But I'm not a sub. I'm not submissive.
You're into getting kicked in the testicles?
Yeah, right. So that's a submissive act.
What's he saying? He's saying, yo, I ain't a sub. I just like being kicked in the balls, bro. You're no better. If you're implying there's levels to this, you are no better, bro.
Activity. So is foot fetish. It's a submissive activity. But that's different than being a sub with a dom-sub situation. Right there, you're getting her coffee. You're picking up her dry cleaning. Service subs, they call them. All right? I'm not doing any of that shit, okay? I'm not getting your fucking laundry. Get your own fucking laundry. I'm paying you. You are my service provider. Just because that's when you get into the whole fin-dom thing.
I'm hearing Tate more and more, bro. All the same words, just delivered in a different. Fuck you! I'm paying you!
Findom is when basically...
Financial.
Yeah.
Domination.
Right, where women basically expect you to turn over your paycheck or a certain amount of money every week to service them. And they basically give you nothing. I mean, you know, they boss you around and shit. Now, some guys like getting bossed around, and that gets them off. So for them, it works. But for me, unless you're going to have your foot in my face, I don't...
Oh my God. Listen to the way he's talking there. Do you see what I'm saying about the misogyny? Like, the fetish isn't the misogyny, but he is misogynistic. He's got a tone like the women are out of order for doing what they're wanting, or for doing what they're paid to do. But the men are some just happen to be in it. Oh, poor guys. But the women are the bad ones in the situation. Do you get? I'm not making this up. He definitely just did.
All right? I'm not doing any of that shit, okay? I'm not getting your fucking laundry. Get your own fucking laundry. I'm paying you. You are my...
See, he's talking about the woman, and then watch when he mentions the man's perspective. It's like, oh.
Service provider. Just because that's when you get into the whole Findom thing. Findom is when basically...
Financial.
Yeah.
Domination.
Right, where women basically expect you to turn over your paycheck or a certain amount of money every week to service them. And they basically give you nothing. I mean, you know, they boss you around and shit. Now, some guys like getting bossed around, and that gets them off. So for them, it works. But for me, unless you're going to have your foot in my face, I don't want to deal with you.
He's going to the girls, but he's talking like the girls are coming to him. Can you hear it?
Yeah, and you're not going to talk to me like a fucking slave, and you're not going to degrade and demean me. No. So I never really cared for dominatrix.
And getting kicked.
Sorry, I've got no knowledge on the subject, but I'm pretty certain the desire or the gap in the market arrived before the service. I could be wrong, but I imagine that's what happened. Women didn't just start bossing. How can they boss men around when they couldn't even vote? So I don't think it was that way around. So clearly, rich, privileged men were saying, kick my balls. and then it turned into a business, and now he's insulting the providers of said business whilst having sympathy for the customers. What the fuck?
In the nuts is also a sexual turn on for you?
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Sounds painful.
It is, but I mean, it goes back to that incident when I was 6 years old and I got kicked in the balls in camp. I didn't even know what the fuck it meant. I didn't know I had balls or what the hell that was.
Who kicked you in the balls?
A 9-year-old girl named Barbara, which is actually my mother's name. But she was from the Chippewas group and I was in the Apache group. There was a baseball field and we both wanted it. So we were gonna fight for it. So I get out there, the old Popeye, fight. I'm 6 years old, I don't know how to fight, I don't know anything. Anyway, she just kind of walks up and kicks me right in the balls. I was out. I was down, puking the whole bit.
I genuinely want to be sick now. His obsession with getting kicked in the balls started when he was 6, when he was kicked in the balls by an older girl who had his mother's name. He's just gone from Andrew Tate to Jeffrey Dahmer, bro. Or Edmund Kemper. Bruv. I forgot. Bruv, wait. And what's mad? This guy's got like some crazy word association shit popping up in his head. He's saying words, and that word is triggering off a whole nother paragraph, and within that paragraph he's saying another word that triggers off another thought. He can't help himself, and his eyes are popping out of his head. That could have been a kick in the nuts, but the way he's speaking so fast and got so much to say, but the guy's asking, like, listen to the guy asking the questions. He's got about 5 or 6 syllables in each question. He's not even finishing his questions, and the guy's oh, it's nasty. Again, I reiterate, having fetishes, regardless how black, non-mainstream they may be, that's not the problem. Everything he said is the problem.
Everyone's laughing at me and shit. Like, oh. And then she stood over me and put her foot on my face and grounded into the ground. Now, it wasn't a good day. It was a horrible day. It sucked. But here I am today getting turned on by this. So I have to say to myself that something that happened that day triggered something in my brain that turned it into a sexual experience that today leaves me jerking off over guys getting kicked in the balls. I mean, if you...
So does that mean he often had or has thoughts about his mum sexually? Because she come out the moment he's already distinguished. Like, this is a random conversation, halfway through the conversation, and this is edited. As soon as how did it start? Well, when I was 6 years old, this girl named Barbara, which is my mum's name. Well, so he's clearly thought about it. How deep has he thought about it? So that's basically what I'm asking is, and I can't believe I'm asking this, but has he fucking masturbated over his own mum? That's what it's sounding like to me, bro. Because he's telling us it's all about that day. And the way he made the experience, this is an experience between a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, and he made it sound like a dominatrix customer. And she stood over me and put her foot on my face. Bro. So does he go to all his girls now and say, call yourself Barbara?
Look at the porn on my phone, okay? There's not one tit, not one ass, not one pussy in it. You will see lots of feet, lots of heels, lots of shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Ankles.
I don't know if you've ever seen the website California Mean Girls. That's a great website to show the kind of ball busting that I find attractive. It's not the black leather, it's not the whips, it's the girl next door doing it. That's what turns me on. It's the everyday girl that you see in the grocery store, kind of finding her inner bitch and unleashing it on me, and a lot of girls really enjoy it too. They really get into it. They just find it empowering or just cool or whatever it is. And
You think they're angry and they're just taking it?
some of them are that, and some of them just think it's fun. You know, there's plenty of websites that will show you the different types of genres of ball busting out there. But I like the girl next door type. And I was dating this girl about 10 years ago, and normal girl, everything, you know, divorced mother of two, 38 years old at the time. We went out for about a year, great in bed, everything was good with her. Introduced her to the ball busting thing. She was a drinker. Alcohol has been the downfall of my life, even though I don't drink at all, ever. Alcohol has destroyed my life more than anything. She was the first alcoholic I was with. And I met her at a hotel, and she was already drunk. And we started getting into some play, and she just started wailing on me, like way more than play acting. This was full strength shit, and then she took off her belt, so winging it around her head, wings it around my head, splits my head open, blood everywhere. I had to call hotel security to get her out of there. Yeah, because she had some flashbacks to when she was raped by her grandfather when she was 8 or something like that. So that's when I realized you got to be a little bit careful of who you introduce this fetish to, because they might take it too far. You know, no one's looking to get hurt.
Tell me about your childhood.
My childhood? Pretty normal. Grew up on Long Island, upper middle class, white neighborhood.
Good parents?
Well, I hate my mother now, but back then she was okay.
It sounds like that 6-year-old event on the baseball field may have set you in this direction, right? More than anything else?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how I got started on the ball busting thing. Yeah, I don't know how else it could have happened. You know what I mean? How does something like this plant itself in your mind? I can think of no natural way for it to happen. So this traumatic experience that I had when I was 6 somehow transformed itself into something sexual in my mind, and it kind of has driven my sexuality for the next 4.
Right. I think I was about 9 or something. I got kicked in the nuts. I remember in the back playground. There was actually a playground in the back of the school, bro. Not some gay shit, bro. Got kicked in the back playground. Nah, man. I was kicked in the nuts in primary school. And I still remember what it feels like. Was not pleasant. I was being raised by my dad. And the person that kicked me in the nuts was a guy. Is he saying that? No, it's more than that. He clearly already had. He must have already had thoughts about his mum. He must have. He must have.
40, 50 years.
And you'll pay the women for this?
Sometimes, usually. Sometimes you can get them to do it for free. I've got a nice little scam. All right, here's the deal. When I generally pay for my sex. All right, I outsource my sex life. I don't.
I mean, do you have regular intercourse and things like that?
Honestly, yeah, I do, but I don't really enjoy it. I have 2 kids.
You'd rather play with feet?
Yeah. And I do intercourse to service the woman. It's nothing to do with me. I could fall asleep during intercourse. It does nothing for me. What was I saying?
I thought he was gonna cry.
You know, I'd have sex with my wives and things like that. But honestly, I don't mind not having sex because you have health risks involved with that, which I don't have, with doing foot stuff. And I don't have time for relationships, so I'll pay women to do what I want. Anywhere from $40 to $100, right? But I got a secret technique that I developed. I also wrote this and sent it to Lori. It's called the DSW technique. Here's what you do. I put myself...
Hold up. You have my attention.
Dressed up nice, shirt and tie. Got a clipboard.
Shirt and tie.
I walk into DSW. I pick the girl I want.
Pick the girl.
Opening a line. Wow, those look great on you. Now, the reason that's your line is because girls love shoes. And if you compliment a girl on her shoes, let me tell you something. Almost anything you ask for after that, you're going to get a positive response. Women, people like being
Hustlers
validated
University.
on their purchases. And women, especially with their shoes, take it very personally. So, oh yeah, those are really nice shoes. You look great in those. Here, try these, whatever. Start talking to them. And then I say to them,
So you need to have shoes with you?
DSW Corporate. This is all bullshit, okay? I'm from DSW Corporate, and we're starting something called the Pampered Shopper Program. And part of that is you get 5,000 DSW points, okay? You get a tote bag, and you get a free 15-minute foot massage. Oh, foot massage. Okay, anybody who has a foot fetish will be well served to learn and become skilled at foot massage. Why? Because it gets you close to their feet, all right? It gets you where you want to be, and it puts them in a good mood. Well, trust me, you're getting a foot massage.
I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. I don't know what was DSW and all that. And then it was almost like, that's what you're getting to, bro. And it also comes with a free 15-minute foot massage. You fucking dirty bastard. Women, on behalf of, I'm sorry for people like this exist, bro. As much as I don't see a problem with the foot thing, I genuinely will never get. What was that film where the man's talking about the ankles all the time?
You're in a good mood, and you can easily progress that to other things. So you get a free 15-minute foot massage as part of the Pampered Shopper program. And I would sit down and I would start rubbing their feet. And I'd say out of 10 of these girls, 6 of them I was able to convert into outside relationships. Okay. Now, of course, when they learned it was all bullshit, that there was no Pampered Shopper program and I was just making this up, there was some explaining to do on some of those situations. But most of them were impressed that I actually had the balls to do something like this. But one time at DSW, all the DSW people were watching what was going on. They were sitting there in the try-on.
Fucking hell. He's flown right back into Andrew Tate mode, man. These girls, they like it. They like that you got the balls to do it. You know what I mean? Like, this is why Tate's in jail at the moment in Romania. Just verbal diarrhea. Saying the quiet part out loud. Bro.
Area, I got her feet there, I'm rubbing it, I'm kissing her, shit. Like, what the
One man's hustle is another man's sexual assault, bro. What the
fuck is that guy doing? Like, oh, he's from DSW Corporate. Ooh, corporate. Yeah. He said he's part of some new marketing program, Pampered Shopper. And I see him talking to him. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to get caught. I'm going to get busted on this. So I had to engineer an exit out of that pretty quickly because I saw that coming to an end. But it's a great technique. It's one of my secret techniques that I share only with special people because when you don't have any money and you want to get some action, that's what you do.
That just made it worse. He's doing it when he didn't even have the money to pay them. So if they'd have called him up on it.
It's much easier just to pay money and get what I want.
This is the censored version, you know. In the full length one, this is Jailhouse Confession, bro. The fuck? I wonder if the guy who gave the interview went home and had a bath, bro. Yo. I just thought this was gonna be a guy chatting about how alluring feet are. I didn't think it was gonna turn into sexual assault, man. Send him off to Romania, man. Get him out there. Next time, bro.